if I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
Thank you, Clive.
She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside.
Why are we building the
I
ship?
thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
All right, Mid.
Right away.
You're joining us, but you gotta pull some weight. I know you're a great inventor and all, but you should be walking over there by yourself too. Get some exercise in.
I've been going round in circles trying to find something sturdy enough to withstand the fire of the engines, but light enough not to sink the ship. Should have bothered old Tomes sooner. If anyone knows something I don't, it'll be him.
Why are we building this ship? I know between a more upgraded thing and a less upgraded thing, we want the more upgraded thing, but why? Is there a specific reason why we're doing this? I don't think I caught that. Just because Mid wants it. Yeah?
When it comes to boyish charm, Goose has...
Well, it wouldn't be a bad thing. If we can get an airship like the Fallen, then we can travel around, right? Which would make our hideout even safer. Because if it's flying around, you can't catch us. I mean, even if it wasn't flying around, if we were on the ocean the whole time, that would still be considerably harder for them to find us. Which is good.
Ugh, I'm never drinking again.
Tomes, I am back. How have you been?
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Thermal shielding designs, a baffling diagram made all the more confounding by the preponderance of question marks that blemish its borders.
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next?
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Could you imagine how much you would have to read to be able to have an intimate understanding of these engineering things like that? Not to do it hands-on, just by reading. That's how much Tomes has read.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
What? People, I have two hands. I could use two hands. Don't make me choose. You're really gonna make me choose between Jill and Tarja? Like, I feel like this choice is really easy, but is it a trap?
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
It's gone already.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northridge, though, I think either of us could handle.
Yeah, but who do I want to see more on my trip?
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
I guess... You know, canonically, I feel like Jill has been with me the whole time. So we shouldn't pick her because she's always with me, but I haven't seen enough of her and Clive, really.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Curious about Tarja, though.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited. Effects for which they were once highly prized.
Really?
So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northridge.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northridge anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
We can go together.
Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Tarja.
I totally thought the nuts thing was the whole Hippocrates nuts thing again, but no, it's not.
Good luck in Northridge. Try not to get too distracted from the task at hand.
What was that supposed to mean, Tarja? What are you accusing me of?
How good it is to see you, Clive.
I'm just kinda... No, we won't read now. We'll finish up first.
You make your way to Northridge. Leave the matter of the shielding with me.
Yeah, okay, we'll get your nuts. Northridge. Northridge. You know what extremely pathetic thing I realized? Extremely sad and pathetic thing? Dion and Terrence got a kiss on screen before Clive and Jill.
Now, where's Jill?
Let's find her.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have...
Are those Pepio nuts? Can never tell.
Ask the merchant? Hi, Jill.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
It's like we're going grocery shopping together.
They sell everything here at the market.
Finding garlic and pepio nuts won't take long.
We can make it take longer. Just wander the marketplace.
You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel. Fresh cut.
We have to split up though. That's so sad.
We haven't much, but you're free to look.
Garlic.
I trust it's all here. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Pepio nuts. Did we really have to split up for this?
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread to the worm.
But that'd mean half of Oriflamme's under ether.
That happened a while ago, right? That happened when Oriflamme fell.
Oi, don't touch anything.
Pepio nuts. Edible fruit of the pepio plant prized by chocobo breeders. Although the superstition that it lends a stud bird additional stamina seems largely founded on its blushing, swollen form. Than any quantifiable results. Okay, so these are Harpocrates' nuts after all.
Go on, take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
This quest feels very filler, this whole like trying to get Mid's ship going thing. Better be a good ship that we get.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Don't even get a choice. Torgal, get out of here.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
Oh,
I would. Thank you.
a picnic.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just, oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just, you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
Why?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
You can't be strung up that tight that you're worrying about, like, feeling guilty about being happy in the moment.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the Hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
I wonder if this whole thing was supposed to be like fan service for the players. And no matter, like, hey, if you like the guys, here's Otto or Gav. If you like the gals, there's Tarja or Jill. Like that? I don't know, man. Putting Jill against a side character is... that seems a little bit unfair.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Hope he's not getting too preoccupied with the nuts. Come on, my dude. We're gonna make this ship and I don't even know what we're gonna do with it, but we're gonna make it.
Ah, Clive. Hippocrates has all the ingredients. We were just waiting for you.
Welcome back. I hope you two had fun while I was busy helping Hippocrates.
How accusatory, Taria.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Taria how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Regarding our current status with Jill, nobody really said anything the whole time since 5 years later.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
And I know that everybody knows that we're a thing at the hideout. I think even they know it too, but I honestly don't feel like they've ever had that conversation or... Are they okay with that? I mean, I guess they must be, because that's what they're doing right now. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, well... if it's what you want, I guess that's okay. Might be nice if it's a little bit more explicit, though. Just, reaffirm everyone's intentions and feelings and all that. Maybe she's been waiting. What if she's been waiting for me to say something the whole time and I don't because I'm dumb? Because that seems extremely likely, judging by what happened the last time when we were visiting Lady Hannah.
Tidying up that workshop.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Are you gonna do the bolting? Or are you gonna order someone to do it? Of course.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Sometime later. If it wasn't for Mid, we wouldn't even have the water filter, so whatever she makes, it'll probably be pretty damn good. It'll just take a whole bunch of effort before we get there, though.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's Mid's gang? Like her university schoolmates? Or is she secretly a mafia lady? Who even knows?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I assumed I was gonna be the captain automatically, because why else are you making this damn ship? Why else are you making this crap? You think I was doing it out of the kindness of my heart? No.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it around the lake.
No, not that kind of ship. Not that kind. Okay, whoa, we got multiple things going. What the hell is that? There's a missive quest. Looks like we have our work cut out for us then. This whole time, still putting off visiting Sid's grave.
When it comes to
Not yet.
boyish charm, Goops has an...
Oh, because the main quest hasn't finished yet. Out of the Shadow. Wait, this one's at the bottom. What? Where Mid is? Yep.
Well, that's it then. I'm buggered. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I don't have time, but okay.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
Bomb king?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
I don't like bombs. Maybe we can convince this one to just self-destruct. That'd be ideal.
I've tried to find a supplier for this stuff, but it's rare as Chocobo's teeth. Either someone brings down a bomb king and picks up the ash, or... I don't know. We wait for one to snuff it of old age.
Do bombs even age? They don't seem like normal creatures. Alright, fine, we'll get it, we'll get it. Quit the yapping. Hold up. Oh, it's by the... It's by the board. We have to check out where it is. Nectar, if you want to become my secretary, I'd love to ask you to do this for me. Bomb sightings, please. Are you on the hunt for a bomb king, Kupo? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. Bomb King, a curse breaker aiming for the Imperial chase, took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them, a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein. That bad? The Croc Sambrek. I don't know where the Croc is. Where the hell is the Croc? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Oh, there's more. It has a little crown too, which is crazy. No? Yeah, I gotcha. Okay then. It just stays there. Yeah, alright.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
We have one thing. How long is your ship gonna take? Your gang and Canver? Let's see. There's a missive over here. I need a secretary.
You cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke. Drake's fang is gone.
And it was by the way kind of thing too. I didn't even plan on breaking the mother crystal to begin with. What the heck? Okay. Off the record. I was thumbing through the Hideaway ledgers at Otto's behest and might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe. And by that I mean immediately. You know where I'll be. Okay. Like immediately?
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
I'm not a bean counter. You want me to go immediately? No. A bad feeling. Clive, Something ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit at the toll.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
Clive, you've got to stop talking to yourself every time you read letters. About Blackthorn. Cheers for your help dragging Blackthorn out of the dumps the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone and thrown himself back in, judging by the drop of his jowls lately. So I'm thinking, maybe it weren't just the leather that was on his mind? Maybe there's other demons jabbing their pitchforks into his privates? I know you're a busy bloke, but next time you find yourself free, maybe we could go ask the old bastard what's got him so hot and bothered? Assuming it ain't just the forge. August?
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Everybody's got something for me. Yo, this feels really... It's suddenly feeling like there's so much filler stuff because we're waiting on that ship to get built, I guess. Yeah, we'll just go around. What is it this time, Blackthorn? Why are you unhappy?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
This means anytime we see something like that, you gotta not let go of it, Blackthorn. Don't just sit on it and be like, I wish I did something about it back in the day. Come on, we gotta chase after it.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgor?
That's something else.
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual.
I'm more inclined to think you're getting a meal elsewhere.
Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Frost Wolf? We've been taking him to the deserts lately. I don't imagine that'll be too good for him. Anyway, Karen, I also wanted to ask about Blackthorn's sword.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections, which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
People, the merchants around here, they regularly come in and out of the Hideaway. Even though they have such an established little booth here, I would think that they just stay here all the time. But no, not really. Okay, we'll go to Dalamil Inn for that one. And then Harpocrates about Torgal. Trying to juggle like 50 things at the same time.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frostwolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
Me neither.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Cressida? I know it by name, but not by the location. We just gotta go on a big hunting trip for Torgal, that's it. That simple. Goat? Where is Goat? Around the corner. Lots for us to do today. Got some hunting.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build? Yeah. He said it was some sort of chimney stack.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I guess we're just gonna be improving on the ship we have now, as opposed to building a brand new thing out of nothing.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Desiree is listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the Hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I would say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
Talents?
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each.
What?
They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the Hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure they will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Farewell.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
5 million gil each. I thought my uncle donated a lot to us, but man, yeah, it was a lot, but not actually that much. Wow.
It told me she was building a ship.
Well, no time like today then, I suppose. Let's repay some debts. But these are people that we know. We know them pretty well already, and yet they didn't remind us, hey, your debt's due soon. No, none of that. Martha. Star Ruby is worth 5 million gil each. 1 talent is 1 million gil. Damn. Hey, it's been a while. How are you guys rebuilding?
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Is it even worth 5 million gil? One of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Sid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived, and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabel of the Vale.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the Hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the Hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither.
Thank you.
And you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Otto, we need someone like that around here. People who keep it realistic. You need the ideas guy, but you also need the bean counting people. The antelopes in question are in... Oh, Cressida's here. I see.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Antelope are normally pretty... They don't attack. Unless if we get super close. Elder antelope.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
How rude. Do we really have to do this? Oh, man, okay. Oh, sweet block. We're just gonna rail on it. Will of the Wikes. It's been a while. No one's around. So I'm just standing next to the lightning rod. Am I killing all of them? How many do you want? Oh my god. Oh, look at that. That's some nice synergy going on there. Oh! Torgal should do some of this because he's the one who wants the bone marrows and all. More? You coming down?
This one.
Oh!
Get him.
I don't mind the Will of the Wikes, it's just that it's quite distracting with so much stuff on the screen. It's nice though, especially with the attack blocking and all.
Now... will it be enough, I wonder?
Are you hungry? Or what? Torgal, I know you understand human. Tell us.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
You know, since Torgal is supposed to be closer with Jill, I would rather she just actually became Torgal's owner, really.
Torgal.
I don't want to feel like I'm taking time away from you two. Okay, I think that is it for Rosaria for now. Which means... what else we got? We got stuff in the desert, Dalamil Inn. The guy with the sword. The inn?
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
He was at the inn before, right?
Back again, are you?
Is gone.
Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friend's
gonna
pockets
do?
might be.
Maybe upstairs in one of the... Oh.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
But I'm allowed to go upstairs anyway? You guys aren't doing a very good job of protecting his privacy.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Redeem! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
How difficult are difficult times? We talking about first world problems or what?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
Thieves?
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went?
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
Oh?
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Do we finally have a reason to go to the weird places that we never have to go to?
It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem. Then again, what commander would want to march his troop into the Valcroy?
What happens in Valcroy stays in Valcroy. No one cares. Oh, what? Ah, the bandit's bed all the way over there? Okay. So that would be this side. I think? Yes. No day like today.
Come on.
I was wondering about why that was named before. Oh, if we have Ambrosia in the desert for too long, is she gonna turn into fried chicken just like the rest of them? I hope not. This place is pretty damn far though. The desert? I mean, even here, there's an area that it doesn't seem like we've explored in the northern deserts. It's just massive. I can't imagine Dhalmekia being too prosperous, seeing as their land... Well, desert lands means that you can't really grow anything. And not being able to grow anything, that's pretty bad. Pretty damn bad. No. Oh, I should have taken that. Yeah, I could have made this a little bit faster. That's okay. Bloodfang. Ignore him. Oh! Can we touch these things? Do they disappear? Do they matter at all? Doesn't seem like it. Sorry, Torgal, we're making you come to the desert again. Hopefully we'll get this over with quickly. Okay. Going the right way. Hello! Oh!
We've got company!
Bed
Come
maker?
on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Oh, Lord. Should probably cast the lightning rod pretty soon after I do the Will of the Wikes. Just next to myself. Oh my gosh, look at this. We are wrecking him. I can't see what's happening. Stuff's happening, for sure. Oh! Are the other guys just attacking us from a distance or what? Are they mages? I would rather Torgal go to them if that's the case. Oh boy. Did Torgal get the other guys? All by himself? Damn.
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
Technically, the only thing I want is a sword. We could just take it here and go home. But I know we're nice. We'll take it all back.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
You still use that name?
Name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword.
Ouch.
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow.
That sounds incredibly useless.
Brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke.
Oh,
far
wow.
rarer among collectors than even the blade itself. And a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield.
Mm-hmm.
And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
I'm not sure if learning about this whole whetstone business is gonna help, though. If a sword breaks in one blow, it's not very helpful.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
In due time. Sundered whetstone. That is that. We still have stuff in Northridge. Yes. The Star Ruby to Isabel. And also, we need to find the Bomb King. Which is, I'm hoping, somewhere around here as well.
There's talk.
Isabel. Yeah, this is Sandbreck. We're in the right damn province at least.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoints open to all.
Did you hear? The gates to Heaven Hall in the Eyrie were breached by someone. Or something. The steward was in town earlier looking for men to come and repair it. But no one was keen to help.
Dragon's Eyrie?
I want to see you again tonight.
How's business been? Isabel?
Time was there were great coin sacks swinging from every belt in town. Not anymore. Since the capital moved, they're all shriveled to the size of peas.
Is this Amicia again?
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talc? Still no caravan from the Dominion's parfumeries yet, then?
Normally, or before the capital moving, Northridge was in a pretty good position, but now they're kind of resource-starved.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
The occasion of us owing you a lot of money.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway...
His son?
...are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Now that we're doing so many side quests in rapid succession, I think one thing that has been bothering me for a little bit, that's bothering me even more now, is that the conversations... It might be because of, I don't know, there's Japanese and English, whatever. The pauses in between dialogue, sometimes they really add up and it feels like, man, this conversation is just taking freaking forever when they could be finished in like 2 seconds, really.
Give my regards to Otto. And tell him I do so miss his visits.
Oh, he comes here.
What am I gonna do without
In a professional capacity or what? I need to go find the Bomb King. The Bomb King is in Sandbreck, somewhere. Hey, these gates here. Yeah, the Imperial Chase. The Croc. There it is. Heaven Hall. Oh, that's what they were talking about. Back in Northridge. Heaven Hall. We hadn't even been here before. It's our first time. We can check out Heaven Hall first, if that's okay. Straight ahead. So the Heaven Hall gate is broken and no one wants to come fix it?
Back to the stables, Carl.
Oh. Oh, there's a village here. Ish. No people. Oh, this is Heaven Hall. It looks okay. It's not... No one's trying to fix it. No one's convinced to try to fix it. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Pay money. Pay money and people will come running. Bomb King. What do we gotta worry about? I'm just glad that bombs seem fire-related, but my fire attacks still work on it. You see it already. Ready? Show me the crown. Got a pretty crown. A Bomb King.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh! I used the beginning to block a thing. Wonderful. Yeah, we're just gonna rail on it. Oh! Oh, you can't do that. Should I worry about the other ones or just ignore them? Whoa! Oh, go, we gotta go, we gotta go. There are things happening on the screen right now. I can't, whoa! It's too many effects. Way too many effects.
That's all ready. Yeah.
Maybe let's hang back a little bit first. Oh. Oh! Come closer, my friend. Oops! Accidentally took a potion.
Fire and attack! Over here!
Oh, just get away from that. Oh! Oh, that would have been such a good heat wave. Oh, shoot! I accidentally deactivated the semi-farming. Looks like it takes away a bar by default. Okay, there were a lot of effects. Didn't help that the bomb itself was pretty flashy to begin with. Bomb Ember. Figuratively, the smoldering soul of a bomb given life by unknown magics. Literally a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing. King no more.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket.
Just scoop it. Scoop it with your hands.
This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
He's just grabbing it and putting it in his pants pocket. Wonderful. Well thought out plan.
That should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
We did a lot. We did a lot for everybody. I think that's it? No nearby quests or anything like that? No? Oh, you can see the hunts if you do the nearby activities. I see. I mean, not that it really helps that much, but hey, good to know. Time for us to get going again. Back home. One by one. Goat.
Is that the thing times help?
Did Karen kill you yet?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
After all this, we might be able to get a new thing from Desiree too.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
Wow.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
So I have to do it myself after all? I'm pretty sure that just means that she's not interested in the payment. And yet we're forcing her to take it. She's just not saying it out loud. You know, reading in between the lines and all that. Well, we'll see. What do you want to talk about first? Karen?
Lady Karen. Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed.
You make it sound like we're
Surely you wouldn't
rich.
shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
She's nice. She seems like she's here for transactional purposes, but not just.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I'm surprised people get wages around here. Thought it was more like a community effort kind of thing.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh. I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we sat up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day.
Oh.
And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth.
Oh my god, we're actually getting a cutscene. This is the flashback where they put the money in.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me, just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. I love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the Hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Oh, God.
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
That was nice. Getting to learn a little bit more about Otto and Sid's past. For some reason, the cinematography was also leagues better than everything else that came before it, after we came back from the Bomb King. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. That is disgusting. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host. And all that came from something that was seemingly unrelated too. Trying to repay our debtors and all. We have a lot more of those ones though. Hold up.
Told me she was building a ship.
I think if the cinematography, like the camera angling, if all the side quests could do that level, it would make the whole thing a lot more immersive.